YNABers. My name is Jesse Meekum, and this is podcast number 357 for YNAB, where we teach you 4 rules to help you stop living paycheck to paycheck, get out of debt, and save more money. I'm on a bit of a streak, not talking a ton about budgeting, and we're going to keep that streak alive. We're now sitting at, January 7th? And, the new year has turned. And if you haven't set up your annual goals yet, I'd encourage you to do so. It's my favorite time of the year. Holidays are over. They were a success. And it's time to look ahead and chart the course. I love this stuff. Let me tell you what I do. I used to do it on a smaller piece of paper, but then I wanted to be more wordy, and there's a bit here that makes having a larger piece of paper more important. So what I have here is my 2018 annual goals, is the title. And it's an 8x10 piece of paper written in Google Docs. Super fancy. I have 4 different, basically 2 foci. I have a business focus and a personal focus. My business focus, I said, I want to drive X% top-line growth while ending the year at X% of distributions. Then I have a personal focus. And the personal focus is a lot longer. So I basically said I want to grow mentally by learning something hard. I want to grow physically by increasing my strength. I want to grow financially by building my advisor network. Grow as a father through dad dates. Grow my marriage through weekly dates with Julie. If you aren't doing a weekly date with your spouse, man, you got to do it. Grow together as a family through experiences. And grow spiritually by increasing my patience. Last week I mentioned raising my voice. That's direct. To me, if I can keep my voice down, the patience is there already. It's like a chicken and egg situation, but patience, right? So those are the 2 different foci that I had. And then I break into an A, B, and C. I have business goals and outcomes. And then that's A. I have 3 underneath that. I have B, learning goals and outcomes. I have 3 there. And then personal goals and outcomes. And I have 3 there. So one that you all are aware of, because I talked about it at the beginning of 2018, was I wanted to learn Japanese. I quit learning Japanese because that language is so unbelievably hard. I was learning the kanji. I was learning the hiragana and katakana. I was doing once per week tutoring session with a great teacher through a site called Verbal Planet. I highly recommend that site. It's super easy to pick up someone that you want to have tutor you. But it didn't work. So, it didn't work, meaning I was coming up against a wall. I went on a week-long vacation. Actually, it was a scouting trip, and then not a vacation. And then got back and thought, I don't want to restart with this. It was just a grind. I was spending a lot of time on it and lost interest. So there it was. I swapped out because, remember, I wanted to do something hard, grow mentally by learning something hard. So my focus didn't change, but the tactic and then the desired outcome stayed the same. But my method for getting there did change. I dropped the Japanese and I swapped it out for woodworking. And I'm really bad at woodworking, so clearly it's something hard. And it takes a lot of mental focus, and it does not come naturally to me. And I've been enjoying it immensely since then. So I swapped out. Key point here, my focus of grow mentally by learning something hard was the key. That was an evergreen goal for me for 2018, and it'll probably flow over to 2019 as well. And when Japanese, I just hit the wall with it. It's just so hard. I swapped it out for woodworking. And I have a few little pieces I'm kind of proud of at this point. I also had to grow physically by increasing my strength. And you all know that I hired a strength coach for training and nutritional programming, and I just did exactly what Ness tells me to do. And she's been awesome. I use a service called Starting Strength Online Coaching, if anyone's interested in that. If you are, tell them Jesse sent you, and maybe Matt, who's the owner, will send me a shirt or something. So that would be cool. Anyway, that worked out. I actually paused on them midway through the year and then restarted because I missed having someone just tell me exactly what to do. I missed it tremendously. I have a bunch of other stuff. one thing about having a whole big piece of paper that I want to talk about that was kind of nice, I used to do this on a note card and just have the one goal, do this, write in your journal every week, whatever it may be. And having it on a big piece of paper, every day when I would read this, not a lot of times, well, a lot of the times I would just read it and nothing would happen. But I'm looking at my paper here right now and I have checks by a lot of this stuff. And I have little notes in the dates. So one of my desires was to book a trip to Japan where I can converse enough to get by. That was like a twofer. I could get my kids some experience in Japan, which is part of my grow together as a family through experiences, much more exciting than buying something. But then I ended up not doing that, right? And so we swapped that out. I still wanted the experiences. So we chose something else, and we chose kind of these monthly, smaller, less expensive experiences. And that was great. That worked out really well. So I have a whole note there. I cross it out. I write what we're doing instead, and I write the date. I have my dad dates all mapped out, who on which month. And since I have 6 kids, twice a year I'll do something kind of fun with each of the kids. And I have them just crossed off there. I have a big thing around, the mortgage. We paid off the mortgage. And I would just write like X amount is left as of this date. And then X amount is left as of this date. Just a little tiny script right by my, where I typed it. I'll have notes saying I'm looking at this again. I have notes saying I don't know if this is even the right goal. Maybe, question mark. I'll have notes saying I don't think I should do this anymore. And then a month later, it's like, I think I actually should do it. I'm feeling this way. It's like a little journal for my goals, just for my goals. It's all on one piece of paper. And as I look back on it now, it's come kind of precious to me, seeing how the year unfolded. And I'm excited to get set again for 2019. I say this because I think there are those evergreen goals that you can set for yourself. Grow stronger was one for me. And I actually grow physically. And then I said, well, how will you manifest that physical growth? And I said, by increasing my strength. Grow financially by building my advisor network. Grow mentally by learning something hard. Grow as a father through dad dates. And I'm being pretty personal here. Hopefully that's fine and doesn't backfire in some unforeseen way. But I liked the idea that it was growth, and just growing in different avenues by doing X. And then the actual implementation could change throughout the year, but the goal really didn't. And that's what kept me focused and kept me going. And I liked how that played out. It was my first time doing it this way. And I'd recommend it. I don't have a book to tell you or anything. If I did get it from a book, I have forgotten. Usually that's unlike me not to write down where I had, where the thought was given to me. But in this instance, I might have just, I wonder if I was in a CEO group in Manhattan at the end of 2017, and I wonder if this isn't the format that he maybe provided to us, the chair of this CEO group. So I think he might have just said it one day, like, here's how I outline my year, and I might have just written it down because that's starting to come to me a little bit. So anyway, you got a business focus and a personal focus. Within those, you say what you want them to be. They're evergreen. Those things won't really change throughout the year, regardless of what happens, unless something just catastrophic happens, right? So those foci, those don't change. I love that. I keep having to say the plural focus. And then you got business goals and outcomes, a few in there. Learning goals and outcomes, a few in there. Personal goals and outcomes, a few in there. That's how I did it. And anyway, I'd recommend it. The key points in this are really the daily revisiting of the goals and then writing notes to yourself throughout the year. And it's okay to question it. Should I even be doing this still? It's okay to do that. I mean, my word, you're not a politician. You're allowed to change your mind whenever you want, right? It's rule 3, but for goals, in a way. Until next time, follow YNAB's 4 rules, and you will win financially. You've never budgeted like this.